The Telltale Heart uh, by Edgar Allan Poe. True nervous, very dreadful nervous. I have always been, but why will you say that I am mad? These have sharpened my sense, no destroyed, though dulled them. About always has my sense of hearing a cow. I heard all things in the heavens and in the earth. I heard many things in the hall. How then I am mad? Listen and absorb how calming, how healthy I can tell you all the story. It is it is impossible to say the how the idea fears entering mind both once combines it the haunting me day and night. I had no motive, nor had I any passion. I loved the old man. He had never grown me. He had never insulted me. Um, his goal did not interest me. I think was his eyes. Yes, was it. And one of his eyes resembled that of the vulture, pale blue ale, with fill over it. Whenever it fell up upon me, my blood ran cold and so little by light very gradually. I made up the mind to take the life on the old man, and thus rid myself of the a forever. Now this is point, you fancy madden man. No, nothing but you show had seen me. You show had seen how the whistled I process with what the caution with what the forest sink. With what the simulation in I went to work. I has never kindered the old man that during the whole week before. I killed him, and every night about my night I turned the latch of the doors on the open it. Oh, so gently. And then, when I had made the open sufficient for my head, I put in the dark lantern, closet, all closet, so that no light shone out, and the ethers in my head. Oh, you would have allowed the to the sea how county in the doors it in. I moved this slowly, very slowly, so that I might not disturb the old man asleep. I took me hours to the place my whole head um within the opening so far that I could see him lying upon his bed. Ha! How the man he been so wise as the this? And then, when my head was well within the room, I undid the lantern cowslit. Oh, cowslit! Uh, And this I did for 7 nights, every night just at the night. But I found the aid always all close. and so it was impossible to the work for no old man who vexed me, but his evil eye. And every morning when day broke, I went boldly into the chamber and spoke to him cheerily and called him my name and queer how the he have passed the night. So see he would have been a very certain human in the to suspect that a very night just till I look in upon him while he slept. Upon the eighth night, I was more than usually questioned in the open the door at watch minute and moves more quickly than did my hand. Never better had I feel the extent of my own powers, of my sagacity. I could Cersei close Cersei, counting my feelings of dropping. The to the think there I was open the door light by the light. He now dream a secret didn't or those. I feel chokes it at the idea and prayers hearts the he hurts me for him moved and the bed sunlit. As straw started now. Now you may think a drink back, but not. His room has black as the beach with a thick darkness. For the shooters wear close fast draw fearful or robbers, and so I need he could not see the opening of the door, and I keep pushing it on the stainless sterling. I have my head in and the was to the open later when the my thumb slipped upper the thing fast fastening, and the old man sprang up in the bed crying, "Who's there?" I I quit. I keep quit still and say nothing. For a whole hour, I did no move a Moscow, uh, and in the meantime, I did not hear him down again. He was still stealing up listen, just as had done night after night. Listen, then watches in the wall. Presently, I heard on the sleek ground, and I knew that there was a groan, the mortal terror. I was no grown of the pain or great. Oh no. It was the low, slowly sound arise from the bottom of the show when overcharged with a wee. I knew the song will. Um, many I night the just the my night when all the slower sleep, I woke up from my own boson. The painting with is a dreadful nature terrors that distract me. I say that I need you the will. I need what the old man feel and pitying him. Although I lowered in my heart. I knew that he had been lying awake ever since the fierce slight noise when he had turned in the bed. His fears had been ever since growing upon him. Um, He had been trying to fasten them cowsled but could not. He had been saying to himself, "Is nothing but the wind in the chimney? Um, it is only mice crows in the floor." Yes, he had been trying to comfort his whole Sam with those hypotheses, but in Banyan, because that in approaching him, how sticky with his black shadow before him and Emple the victim and the has the more full influence of the precise shadow that caused him to feel although he never saw nor heard to the presence of my hand within the room. Uh, When I had waited a long time, very patiently, with wearing a half I lie down, I saw the open lidded a very lidded gray vice in the lantern. So I opened it. You cannot imagine how the steadily on outing lead and single day ray. Like the ray of the spider shot out from the crevice and feel full open the vulture eyes. It was open, with open with a furious as green upon it. I saw with perfect disdain of dull blue with a hideous veil over it the chilled, the very marrow in bones, but I could see nothing else of the old man's fair our body, for I had direct the right as the by stick presented upon the main spot. And now have I now told you that why you mistake for madness is book and never accused of the sentence. In that moment came to ears low, though with sound such as a watch makes when employed in the cotton. I knew the song well too. I was beaten of the old man's heart. In cursive my fury as the breathing of a drum simulates the soil in courage. But even frightened and keep still, I scared breath. Um, had the lantern motionless, keeping the beam of the light fixes. Uh, Open the eye meant while the killer statue of the hair increases. It the grid quivered and louder. A very instant. The old man terrible most has been extreme louder, louder, louder. Don't you make well. I have to. You. I am nervous. So I am. And now at the dead hours of the night. Am I at the dreadful silence of the old house? Such a son as in this excited me and to uncontrollable terror you yet for most birds and now a new answer said me the song will be heard by a neighbor. The old man's only in an instant. I dragged him to the floor and then pulled the heavy mass over him. I then smiled gaily at to defend the den force far down. But the many minutes the heart beat on the muffled sun this hour. Did it not beg me for no cool hermit in the draw the walls and the lands its grace says. The old man's were the dead. I removed the mattress and examined the corpus. Yes, I was stunned dead. I placed my hand upon the hair and held it the remaining minutes. There are no pulsation. He was stone dead. His a would trouble me no more. Oh no. I feel the sting you think the mad you will think so no longer. When I describe the wise precautions I took on concealed body, the night I whined and I worked hastily, but in silence, fears of all and December the corpse in I cough off the head and the arms and the legs. I then took on the plans for the floating chamber and deposit out between. The scaling then replaced the bars of clearing so cunningly that no human eye, no even his could have detected. Anything ground, there was no stain, no blood spilled. Whatever, I have been too worried for that. I took count a cow. How? Ha ha ha. I I have made and the end of the deal hours is 4 o'clock. Still dark as my night as the dull bell sound the hour. Um, there came nothing at the street door. Um, I went though to open. It was like her for had now to fear that there is entered their men who introduce themselves with perfect suavity as offer of the bodies. A shriek had been heard by a neighbor during the night. A supposition of the play had been aroused. Information had been lowered at the police office and the day the officers he was being deployed to search the premise. I smiled for what I had to fear. I bet to gunmen welcome to shake. I say was own in my train. The old man in mention was absent in the country. I took visitors all over the house and bade name cheer well. I will them a leg. I led to his chamber. I showed then his trouser secured undisturbed, and enthusiasm of my conceded I brought chair into the room. I desert them here to the rest from their fatigues, while I myself with the will out this city of my perfect triumph place my one seed open on the very spot. Bernard which are reposed the corpus of the victim. The officers were sad effects my manner have combined. They I was a singularity at AC that sat and the whale answered cheerily. They would chat of the familiar things, but ere long I feel so getting pale and wished them go my head and cheese um I find ran a ringers in the airs, but still they sad and they still they chase. The ringing become more distinct. It continued became more distinct. I talked more freely to get rid of the feeling, but in continuing and gained the fitness until at last I found that the noise was not with ears. Not both I know with beer pale, but I talked more fluently, fluently, and with his voice, still the sound increased. What could I do? I was low though with a sound, much as soon as the watch make the emboiled it cotton. I gasped of the breath, and the jail office did not hear it. I talked more quick and more vehemently, but the noise still increased. I arose that the area bow about 3 feet. I think I and the with violent gesticulations, but the noise still increases. With you will the day no be gone? I paced the floor and the floor with heavy strides as I've excited. So fueled by observation of the man, but the noise still increases. Oh, good. What could I do? I foreman, I raven, I sour. Uh, I sank the chair upon which I have been the sitting and raised the upon boards, but the noise arise and I control increased. I devoured louder, and still the man chiseled and smiled. Was it possible the harrow here not? And my how good. No, no, they are here. The socks fetch the new. They were making a board of my oral. This is I know, and this I think, but anything has better his goni anything was more terrible and this derisions could bear those hypocritical smiles no longer. I feel that I must grin or die, and no again. Hard, louder. Visions, I scared the symbol no more. I admitted the deal. They're up the plains here. It's beating off the hideous hair. The end.